Mm. Oh, I don't know if I'm still streaming or not. I had connection issues. I had to get off my home internet. Now I'm streaming from my cell phone. So if that's what's up. If y'all can see me, hear me now, y'all say something, chat something. If it looks like it looks good. I don't know. This is my first streaming with my setup, and I had to completely redo OBS compared to what I had before. And like I said, I'm assuming that everything's working. I don't. It looks like. Yeah. OBS saying I'm not having any drop frames now. So my super duper home internet that I'm paying for apparently is not cutting it. I guess I know what I'm doing over the weekend. I'm gonna have to run a hard wire from Cat 6 or something from this computer all the way through the attic. Luckily it's not hot anymore. Or that hot. Back to my router. So I have been busy trying to set this up. I still apparently didn't test it enough. I have a new key light that I need that I was trying to get hooked up. I got a second monitor that I can't get running. So I am completely not prepared for anything. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, I think crypto's been kind of boring lately, huh? You know, yeah, I don't know what's been going on. I know that this is the craziest that I've ever seen Twitter right now going on. It is absolutely crazy. Let's see if I can get this pulled up now. If this wants to cooperate. How's that? Yeah, this is not going to be one of my best lives. But anyway, so Bitcoin's at 87,841. People are absolutely losing their minds right now. You know, want to know why is it crashing? Can you consider this crashing when you're at $87,000? I mean, really? It's crazy. But I kind of told everybody, I hate always to make this stream like I told you so, because I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. I've been in crypto since 2017, 7 years now, and I'm still working full time and not doing this kind of stuff part time or full time. So y'all don't listen to me, but sometimes people get so excited I don't think they can see the obvious. But when you had this kind of jump going straight up like this, you knew that it when it climbs too fast, there's a lot of green candles in a row. It's going to correct a little bit. You're going to have people take profits. Now, what I'm reading online and what people are saying is, or you had people who were down here, taking people who were buying down in this range down here, who were technically doubling their money. 90,000, a little over 90,000. That was kind of a hard number. It kind of got up a little bit. 93,000. But these people are going to take profits at some point. You don't know what they're buying altcoins at. And I've been kind of reading a lot of YouTube, crypto stuff while I'm supposed to be working. And I see, a lot of people saying that is you're going to have people taking profits, people scared that it's going to crash. Is the money going to go into alts? I don't know. This is another one I'm extremely happy with. If he wants to cooperate with me. But here you got Solana. I like to also play the I Told You So game when you had all these people arguing with me when this was $8. This went down to $8 after the FTF collapse. And I wish I would have bought way more. I didn't tell you I bought a lot of it because I was listening to everybody saying that it was dead and it was over with, so I didn't want to get burned. But hey, I bought a decent amount of Solana, and it was at $223. So my Exodus wallet was looking pretty good. And it still looks pretty good. But this is crazy. Especially with the meme coin stuff. The last couple of days I have been getting into the meme coin stuff. I guess I just got pulled back into that world. I played with a meme coin yesterday morning called Dope. Department of, it is the mix of, Elon and them came out with Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, and then all this peanut stuff going on. So somebody made a meme coin called Department of Peanut Efficiency or something like that. I got in very early, quadrupled my money, and I got out. And I got out just in time because eventually, yes, it crashed down today. I've noticed they pulled everything out of it. I saw it kind of going back up a little bit, but hey, that's majority of your meme coins. That's what you're going to get out of it. Peak is another one that I've been buying at this 30 cent when it goes below 30 cents. You have a lot of these Depin, we're all into these Depin projects, and I see you would think there'd be more people getting into this peak thing. I don't know why, but you have Depin projects getting on board. Is this price not really going up because these Depin projects aren't really live yet, like Silencio and them? But there are several projects that's going to be using peak, and I've been collecting at this 30 cent range. I don't know how much more I'm gonna collect, but it's that usual thing that a lot of Depin projects are gonna be coming out on peak. We've been hearing about it nonstop. Do you collect the coin now? Does it go up in this bull run when all these projects are on peak, or is it a nothing burner? I don't know. Eventually I'm hoping I can pick one of these right. AVAX is another one we talked about, and AVAX, some of these are coming down along the Bitcoin price, but AVAX, you look at what it was, it was $145 the last bull run. It's at 30 now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all that. So, the Twitter thing has been going crazy. All of us, that are in Entropy, we've been hitting Twitter hard. I'm trying to get the word out about Entropy. We're still mining that. I currently have 3 creds for Entropy. I didn't ask for them. I got a second one sometime back, and they offered it to me because of the videos I was doing, and I basically told them, hey, I'll take a second cred, but I'm never touching it. And I have not touched that Entropy device since the day it's been put up. It has a wallet attached to it, but there's nothing in the wallet because I've never pulled from it. So every day it's burning whatever that's making. I think it makes 130,000 Entropy a day, and it's burning 130,000 Entropy a day. It's burned something like, let's see if I can get into it real quick. I tried hooking up a second monitor so I can have all this stuff ready. Of course, the second monitor didn't want to cooperate with me either. So there's a lot of work I still have to get done with this computer build and stuff. But let's see if I can get into my just entropy, if the internet's gonna cooperate with me. And just to show y'all what I'm burning on entropy. So tell you, without having a second monitor, this is killing me. Nothing wants to cooperate. Y'all bear with me. So here's my entropy. This is my second device, just to kind of show you what I'm burning. I'm burning over the 7 days. Like I said, I've never pulled out. As you can see, I have never pulled out of this. Yeah, I wouldn't go ask for one. I didn't ask for these. This was given to me kind of early on when I started doing videos, and as a way of giving back to the community or whatever you want to call it. I like I said, I have never pulled from this. So it's been online now. I don't know how long, but as you can see, I have personally burned 7 million, and I'm not planning on touching this. That was the deal I made. That was on me. It wasn't a requirement. And then when they gave out additional creds the other day, I got a third one because I'm continuously making the videos and stuff like that. Again, I didn't ask for it. I happen to have another device here. They made an announcement. It wasn't nothing hidden or anything like that. And but one thing I have noticed is, I know they had like a, what do you call it, EIP vote, where it really was no vote. It was what the professor wanted. And that new device is only getting like 7,000 a day right now, which is like $1 a day. So that goes to show you what the new devices are making with this project. Now, the people who have been in there for a while, though, I'm making $20 a day, and I'm not touching it. I have never sold anything out of my Entropy wallet, so I'm holding on to it. But you know, it's a cool project. Price action's a little bit low. I think it needs a little more liquidity. I trust the professor. His name's not Professor Volkswagen or, you know, Professor Dotson. It's Professor Lambo. I'm trusting in him. You know, what am I out of? A $15 ESP board, ESP32 board. So yeah, man, this ain't. So I want to say he had crypto burnout. This is the time you need to be ramping it up, not having the crypto burnout. I'm trying not to get in trouble at work because I have 3 monitors at work, and it's all monitoring something between the Discord where all the projects I'm in and Twitter. Twitter's just been crazy. I don't know if it's always been like this and I haven't noticed it, or if y'all just noticed a crazy uptick in it, but it's just crazy. I got a great shout out earlier from Tech Hustler. I appreciated that from him. You know, it's just a crazy time right now. You know, I had a list of all kinds of stuff I wanted to discuss, and I can't find any of it. Let's go through some projects and see if they in Bit Harvest. I want to discuss real quick those guys from Bit Harvest. They got their fleet onboarding set up and everything like that. If you have several devices, Helium devices that you want to multi-mine on, I suggest Bit Harvest. I like Bit Harvest right now because Grass is getting so successful. That's the big thing that we haven't talked about since my last live is Grass. Grass is stupid. Now, I say that, does anybody know, is that tonight at midnight, Grass, the first epoch ends for Grass. So let me just, I'm you know, we don't have no rhyme or reason on these lives. We just chit chat. So we're all over the place. Grass, first of all, has been great. Doug, I can't complain at all about the airdrop. You know, airdrop. I got over 400 tokens. At first, you know, what were they worth? 65, 75 cents. I know some people immediately traded them for other tokens. Hey, that's your business. Basically, I was so busy at work and getting ready for the hunting trip that I was going on. I didn't even get a chance to mess with it. I didn't stake it either. But, you know, what, it went up to almost $4. So you do the math on that. That was pretty cool. I needed a little bit of spending money, a little flash money while I was on my hunting trip to go out to eat and stuff like that. So I took it out of grass. You know, I spent about $60, $75 maybe. I don't think it was even 100, but it was cool that I could use that money. So I got a little bit of profits out of it. I tell you all the time, I'm gonna sell when I feel like selling, when it's up to me. You know, depending on what the market's doing, depending on what my back pocket says. Hey, I got to use some grass up. Rest of it now I have staked with Bit Harvest. I haven't even looked at to see what kind of rewards I'm getting. I think it's right 55% staking right now on with grass. So hey, that airdrop was awesome. Everybody wants to know, like, you know, what I think about it. Again, I'm grateful. I don't want to sound like I'm always negative. I'm grateful. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. Fat Boy almost did cartwheels when I got $1,600 worth right now of, or when it was at $4 of free money. The big question I keep telling everybody is, what's going to happen with the first epoch? The first epoch ends, it says 11/14 at midnight, 11:59 p.m. I don't know if that's my time, Central Time, if it's adjust for that, or if it's UTC time or whatever it is. You're going to see how successful, how good this project's going to be when those rewards drop. Is this going to be like Nadix? Nadix had I did videos. I had egg on my face. Nadix had an awesome airdrop. I did these videos about making $100 and something a month, because that's what it was with the airdrop in addition to rewards. Then the next month comes of what the real rewards are for monthly, and you're making pennies a day. I'm waiting to see what Grass is going to do. If Grass makes pennies a day, they're going to shut Discord down. That's how nasty that Discord can get. And that's, I'm curious. If they make some decent money, I think Grass is going to blow up, just because they got so many people involved in that. I think there's a lot of people on pins and needles and stuff like that also. Now, James, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me just to kind of help out. You know, only got 4 people here right now. But hey, y'all wanted the new time. I was doing at 5 p.m. I was getting 20 to 30 people sometimes. I know I was a little bit late getting started because of internet issues and stuff. I'm going to have to figure that out also on top of everything else. Trying to get the lighting fixed in this room. If I showed y'all what this room looked like right now, it is crazy. I'm surprised I got enough room for this, but this is all a work in progress. I've dumped so much money in this computer build by itself that, you know, I gotta watch what I'm spending right now. I know, I got, like I said, for those who came in late, I got new Elgato key light to try to get the lighting a little better. I even got a big boom mic with a nice microphone that actually somebody donated to me. And so hopefully we can get the sound fixed on here. I got to get a mixer for it, though. That's one thing it didn't come with. He kept his. He used to do some Xbox Live or PC Live Call of Duty type of streaming. He's not using it no more. So he gave it to me. So I got a lot of work to get done over this weekend. Try to get this, you know, try to figure out more of a design, how I want to place the camera up. Right now I got a sheet over the curtain because I had to get the blinds that were out of here. I had to put something to make this room a little darker. And I just got a lot of stuff going on. Plus, we know I've been out of work for 12, 13 days because I went hunting in Missouri. So I got 12 or 13 days worth of work, you know, waiting for me at work. So there's all kind of stuff. Natus got bumped for Rover. I'm waiting to hear what Rover's doing. I think Rover has the potential of being a good project. I'm tell you, I got my money. First, I want to tell y'all for the, you know, I'm all over the place. Wingbits, I've got my rewards today, my compensation, whatever you want to call it, for y'all who have bought Wingbits devices. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is not financial advice, but if Wingbits at all, if it's a, I don't want to say it's a measurement, but any indication, that's the fancy word I want to use, of how that project might turn out when you compare to what these people are paying for these new boxes, the new stations or whatever, it's gonna be very successful. I counted the other day, I've sold over 40 using my code. That's just me. Me with 20 something thousand subscribers. I think I'm about to hit 24,000. Thank you all to each of y'all. But they got people, Tech Hustler and a lot of these other people that have way more subscribers than that. They got over 100,000 subscribers. If they are just getting, if they're getting that many people plus, that's a lot of devices that Wingbits is selling. And I'm gonna tell you, I had people who bought 2 or 3 Wingbit stations. People who bought the Wingbits GeoNet, what are they, the MCW 310s or 340s, whatever they were. Excuse me. I had to shove food down my throat at 5 minutes before this started while I was trying to fix all this. So of course, it didn't agree with me. But I think Wingbits is going to be highly successful. We'll wait and see. I know they got some naysayers out there. I watched a live stream with somebody that used to hang out with us in the Entropy rooms, but he ain't around no more, but talking kind of negative about it. And he had just basically the same old rhetoric that some other people have brought up that has been well discussed. And, you know, that other companies are getting this stuff free. They're not getting it free. You can download FlightAware on your phone and you can see it for free. But if a company wants that API or that information, they're paying for that through FlightAware or whatever like that. So Wingbits is just competing with them. Nobody else is getting it free. And, you know, I have to trust those guys that they can make that work. Going back to Rover, because I'm completely sidetracked. I know Rover had a lot of hype. I know, and I'm not just saying this to make myself feel better or not, but what I'm curious about Rover is, you know, Rover has the little GPS pucks that I'm sure majority of y'all have, and then they also have the big LiDAR devices, and where the meat of the data that they need has to come from those LiDAR devices, and what the prices were. Listen, I know it's been a long day. I want to say they were like $3 or $4 grand. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But if they don't get enough of those devices, does that mean that this won't be successful? That's what I'm curious about. So I'm curious, you know, the long term for Rover. But hey, you know, I've always said we have to split these projects up. You know, we want to see successful. Of course, we want to see successful projects, but we also want to get paid. It's called passive income. We don't want to be greedy. We're not saying win Lambos, but it is passive income. So Helium's a successful network, despite what people want to say. They ain't treating their miners right. They ain't getting paid, but it's a successful network. Rover, the same thing. I think Rover has a good, the project has good intention. It has good use. My question just is if they don't get enough of those LiDAR devices, are y'all riding around with just the little Rover GPS pucks? Is that going to be enough for that project? I'm curious to say that. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't want to say exactly what I got from this using that code, but I just got to really thank a lot of y'all. I'm planning on taking some of that money and get into another project. I don't know which one I want to be in, but you know, it's also hunting season. My son just turned 18, so I realized he needed a hunting license for out of state Mississippi. If anybody hunts, he know what that cost. So I got that going on. My daughter needs arm surgery coming up next week. I got to pay a certain deductible out of pocket for that. It's bailing me out of that. So I am very grateful for what I've gotten. And let's be honest, that code also helped y'all out, because if you bought the MCW 310 or whatever it was, Wingbits GeoNet combo device, that was $999. So with my code GrumpyDad56 at highfix.ai website, you're saving $100. There was actually several people who used my code for other stuff. They didn't buy a Wingbits device, to be honest with you. They bought just a regular GeoNet device. Maybe they already got a Wingbits device. They just wanted the regular GeoNet device, which is what, $500-$600. They used my code on that. They used my code. Somebody just bought an antenna off the website. Use my code for that. So I am very, very grateful for everything that everybody's has done. One thing I'll say is, just because I'm all over the place, I have all these people coming up to me at work now because they know I do this. They know I've been in crypto for years, and everybody wants to know, like, oh, you're still working? I came by your desk just to see if you're still working. I heard crypto's going crazy. My wife always jokes, hey, when your Bitcoin hits, this is the car I want. This is the house I want to move to. I don't own a lot of crypto. I'll be dead honest with y'all. I might own $100 worth of Bitcoin. This is me just being frank with y'all. Now, I do own a decent amount of alts, Vet, Cardano, a lot of Atom. I was stacking Atom for a while. Solana, a couple of other ones, mess load of IoT, Helium, HNT, whatever. But it ain't nothing that, even in the bull market, it could be nothing I can retire off of. But my hope is putting into all these passive income projects that, we'll get into that and you make your income off of that. And if I can help any of y'all do that same thing, and me passing on information for these projects, listen, for those who were in helium as early as I was, we made some darn good money. Hey, I couldn't have bought a Lambo with it, but tell everybody the story that I bought a miner for $5,000 on eBay, and when I hooked it up, it ROI'd in 17 days. Hey, if we can get into Wingbits, not that I'm saying that's going to happen, so nobody take that, nobody go cut that and say that that Grumpy said helium's going to be making $5,000 in 17 days. But hey, I also got 14 miners. And I'm also moving those miners. If y'all caught any of my videos, I actually took, I just had like a hunch, a goofy feeling, where I go hunting in the same area of Missouri every year for the past 10 years. So I started to meet some people over the years up there. Happened to have a pole with an antenna in the back of my truck from another station I took down. I said, I was going to take it out of my truck. Let me just take it with me. Sure enough, I started talking to somebody about some crypto. I'm like, hey man, I got a passive income project for you. It won't cost you a dime. I'm going to put up an antenna in the backyard. All I need is some power to plug it in, your internet Wi-Fi access code, and that's it. And I went through my Wingbits and said, what's my worst station? And actually my worst station is the one that was in my backyard on top of my 40-foot ham tower, which for some reason, that was my worst performing one. So I moved that one from that location to Missouri. He's hooking it up as we speak. He just received a little pie. So, hey, I'm still moving this Wingbits thing. People ask me how active I'm still in with Wingbits. I'm very active. Just right now, you can't add any stations. I'm not going to add them more in South Louisiana. It's absolutely saturated. So I'm not going to push that really to my friends because we're just killing each other down here. There's a lot of stations. But I'm active with that, and I'm working a passive income thing. Whether it's Nadix, whether it's Demo, ENTROPY, ERWIN. I just set up my third ESP device for what's the other one, the newest one. Like I said, guys, I'm sorry, it's Useless Brick. They're still trying to find their way and get their their feet underneath them. Don't know too much about their tokenomics. I still don't understand they're different. They're like ENTROPY, but they want to be different. For those who aren't in Useless Brick yet, they have an unknown token and a useless token. I did a claim, but nothing really showed up. But they telling me it's in there. I guess maybe I need to go to DevNet and look for it. But it's not even named yet, supposedly. So you get like this unknown token. But Where entropy, you have to claim every so many days or you start burning, but you don't get hurt for the second law until you sell. Their second law starts when you pull. Now, I was told that this can change. That's why they're not main that yet. But try to understand this one. Every 7 days, you have to pull from your wallet, from your dashboard to your wallet. If not, on the 8th day, it burns. However, you still have to burn what you pulled to your wallet. And then you start collecting again. And I guess when you start collecting again is when the 7-day clock starts again. Like, my mind was blown on that one. Now, again, that might, yeah, it's brick, but yeah, I don't know. So I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. Angel says I ROI'd with Demo in a month. Then again, I had 13 Demo devices too. But you must have got into Demo very early, because if any of y'all have seen my Monday videos, when I'm supposed to be Monday videos, when I go over all the projects that we're in, Demo at the end of October, I still had not ROI'd in Demo, and I bought those around Christmas. Hooked them up in the beginning of January. So for 10 months, I got them for $89 a piece. So I did not have $89 worth for, when you split up with 3 devices, or say $270. I did not have $270. So it took me 10 and a half, almost 11 months. Actually, I mean, it basically took me 11 months when the price started going up with Demo for me to ROI on Demo. Listen, if people, want to go and get, I've had several people asking about these new devices with Demo. Hey, if y'all want to go for it, go for it. I'm not spending that kind of money on an LTE device. Then you got to worry about how you're going to pay for the cellular on it and that kind of stuff like that. I know that supposedly, I've been watching these videos talking about how you're supposed to be getting extra rewards now, or they were bumping up the rewards, or it was a, HIP, or whatever you want to call the improvement protocol to improve rewards for the macarons that I have. And I didn't really see anything. I mean, I'm not going to sit and tell you I'm getting the same thing, but it's nothing to be like, holy hell about. It was a couple more each, but the price is so low on it, but hey, it's passive income. The positives I still say about Demo is I have it in my wife and son's vehicle. They don't have to mess with it at all. I have a helium device behind my house, and it uploads, and you literally don't have to touch it. And you can't say that for Nadix or Soarchain or some of these other ones. Talking about Soarchain, I don't know what's good. I had people ask me. I've been asking our validator guy, and he's saying he don't know nothing about staking, that they're not really telling them anything. I even asked earlier in the Discord, hey, what the hell's going on with staking? And all they're saying is staking is off until after TGE. People keep asking, what's the update? I see Bluester on here. I don't know if he's on the live or not. But he even made a comment, missed promises with no update for a long time, getting old. I don't disagree with that. This is the 3rd time they promised mainnet, failed to follow through. Look, I'm very high on Soarchain, but I know they got some partnerships and stuff like that. I don't know what's going to happen, but after the airdrop, but between what the amount I'm staking, what amount I'm making every day, I'm making a good amount every day with that airdrop. And I think that's going to be very good in the beginning. Then I'll also worry about it long term. Angel, you got all kinds of hopes and prayers, brother. Demo, and now you're talking about Fry. Fry, I've always said the same thing about Fry. Fry, to me, needs to be concentrated. You know, they're into so many different things. It's got to be hard for them as a business to be concentrating on, you know, or selling certain things because they're in so many different things. Satellite mining and air temperature and sound and all kinds of stuff. Maybe if they narrowed it down a little bit more, you know, I don't know. But that price token, I don't know. Look, I hope they get it fixed because I know there's a lot of followers that follow me that in Fry. Because when I quit covering them on my Monday update videos, they don't, you know, they kind of get upset or they start asking me, you know, questions and that kind of stuff like that. You know, what's going on with Fry? You know, I don't know what's going on with Fry. I know there's a lot of pushback, a lot of people upset with how they handled when you call it certified device or whatever it was like that. There are a couple of different rule changes and stuff like that, trying to help. At least they were listening to their, I don't say customers, but their participants, their members. It wasn't kind of like our way or the highway. They listened to their feedback, so that's a positive. Also, that's for sure. Trying to see what. Let me see if I can pull it up. I tell you, it sucks not having a second monitor. I'm gonna have to get that figured out. But here we go. How's that? So I'm on one monitor. So I have to like close, like I have to minimize OBS, pull up Chrome, figure out what I want on Chrome, go back to OBS, put it on the main thing, and you can't minimize Chrome or it goes away. It is pain in the rear end. Things I do for y'all. But so this is Fry. Fry's down 13% in the week, 20% in the month. But I remember at one time it was getting above 0.01 and they I don't say reduced the rewards because I was corrected. They no longer were giving a bonus or something like that for that. But this goes back here. They're down 83% in the year. I said, I know at one point they were up. This also changed a little bit because this was, I thought at some point it changed because they went from Fry Crypto to Fry Networks. But hey, look, Zeal Forever is bullish on Fry. Well, the only thing that concerns me is them trying to, you know, they want people, of course, to buy more devices, but then when you look what the ROI possibly can be, you know, I don't know. So see what happens when I close out or minimize it. Oh, Elon's the reason for Joe's 138 vote. Haley may go back to HNT. Angel, I see people who are ecstatic about that news with HNT. I don't see it happening because from what I understand, and look, there's some people on here and there's some people in the Twitter little group that we have, and also Useless Brick. Some of these other ones too, who are well deeper into helium. That's how I know a lot of these guys. And we all have mixed feelings on it. To me, HNT was already going on a steep downward decline. And then I tried warning people in all these helium groups when they came out with this mobile 5G thing. I said, we're in trouble. The IoT side of this is going to get abandoned. Oh no, there's no way. We made this. And sure enough, that's basically what happened is you had them break off in this IoT side, in this helium 5G side is really on the mobile side, as you want to call it. That's really like two completely different projects. And if you dig deep enough into it, that's not a secret. You have two different projects now ran by two different divisions, two different groups. I can't see them putting together. I can't see them putting their their feelings aside and getting back together. You know, money's been separated, but yet it all does come back to HNT. You know, IoT gets a push sometimes, and all of a sudden you get mobile that gets a push sometimes. I don't know. I don't know what the listen. I own a bunch of IoT. I don't have any of the helium mobile miners, but what I did, I'll say a year ago, 6, 8, 9, 10 months ago, it all blends in, is I took a decent chunk of my IoT and converted that to mobile, just so I had a little skin in the mobile game in case it did go up. All that's done is lost money. The IoT side gained, but the mobile side that I put into it lost. I do own a very good chunk of IoT also. So look, if y'all think that IoT and mobile combining back's going to help HNT, hell, I'm all for it. But let's be honest. It's always been like this since I got into it back in 2021 or whatever it was. Early 2021. The big whales, it's all that votes for it. That's what it is. It's whoever's holding the most HNT has the most weight with voting. And it doesn't matter what Grumpy thinks or what you think or any of us think. Mobile will tank if it approved. The only fair way of doing it is kind of like how they'll have to do something with our IoT and mobile. Whether or not we get some type of, you know, swap exchange rate or something like that, and then then IoT wouldn't be worth any more. Same thing with mobile. Hey, for every mobile you have, you get you know, 0.1 HNT or something like that. Whatever at the time of the snapshot, you know, I still say I don't see it happening. I just, to me, it's two different complete projects. You know, they would have to put a lot of stuff aside. There's been a lot of accusations, a lot of people who feel certain ways about people with that project. I really find it hard to believe that they're going to put that aside. So, Elon is the reason for Doge. Hey, I've owned Doge in the past. And, you know, there's technically like two Doges now. There's the OG Doge, which is kind of like the cockroach of that XRP, the cockroach of crypto. It's the OG that ain't going away. Actually, I call that Litecoin, to be honest with you. I had a Litecoin miner for years, and people keep wanting to know how's Litecoin still around. You got to be doing something right. But there's two Doges now. They got the OG Doge, and then they got this other Doge, Department of Government Efficiency meme coin. Between that and Peanut, it's had some great price action lately. I think it came down. I do have a little bit of each of those that I took some profits from some other meme coins. I'll tell you, I've been playing with meme coins. If you catch them at the right time and kind of know what to look for. But yesterday, like I said, I got in a meme dope, and I quadrupled my money, and I jumped out of it. And 99%, not even 99%, 50% of the memes, that's what you got to do with. The other 49% are strictly pump and dumps so quick you can't get in or out of it. And then, you know, you have 1%, which are your peanuts and your sheebs and your pepes and your bonks and your whiffs that will do something great. Hey, I still own a decent amount of whiff. Y'all know that was my first meme coin, for those who have been following me that long, back last December on Christmas Eve, or day before Christmas Eve. I saw a sign about whiff, and I called it. I did a short, told people, hey, not financial advice, get into this. And we got in the whiff at like 24 cents, and then it went down to 16, and I bought in even more. I didn't sell it till it was like at $4. And then I called, you know, 2 or 3 other ones after that. But then people started complaining that my channel was turned into a meme channel and stuff like that. I don't know. But you have to be careful, because some of these memes are straight pump and dumps, and you have to be careful with that kind of stuff. You know, just like leverage trading. I was watching George earlier from Cryptos R Us. George was talking about how he got pulled back into leverage trading and was doing very good in it. and then you get so obsessed with it, you can't do anything else during the day because you're too busy watching that screen because you're in the middle of a big X leverage trade. I got into that last year, and you know, you do 3 or 4 of them and you're starting to think that, well, I'm a day trader now, and you make some great profits, and it takes one. It just takes one to completely liquidate you. And, you know, that, I guess that you can say that's the fun of this, you know, but even like right now, with how positive and how hot crypto is, you look at what the charts are doing right now, you have to be careful, because look at Bitcoin right now. You know, you got people right now saying Bitcoin ain't going underneath 90,000. But that's not correct, because it's in the 80s. You got people out there saying Bitcoin's never going back under 70,000. People, it's never going under this. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You had the right black swan event. Nobody saw FTX coming in that fiasco. Look at Luna. What happened with that? That's what kind of kicked that off. You know, Luna dropped a lot of that crypto, and then you had FTX come right behind it and just threw gasoline on it, or smothered it, whatever you want to call it, and killed us. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button just to kind of help me out a little bit. I appreciate it. You know, I'm going to have to do a poll to find out kind of what everybody wants as far as timing. Everybody wanted this to be done at 7 p.m. I was doing it at 5 p.m. Central Time, and I had well more viewers than this. I don't know. I don't know what's easier for people. If it's easier, y'all tell me. If it's easier for y'all to be doing this now, y'all doing this. You know, I wasn't really prepared. Like I said, I was scrambling right before this. I got home from work late. I thought this would be so much easier at 7 p.m. And really, it was easier when I was doing this at 5 o'clock because I was still at work. But trying to get a second monitor set up, I couldn't get my video card to recognize it. Trying to get the Elgato light to set up, I couldn't get that set up correctly either. So I didn't have a second monitor to set up some tabs to go over a couple of things with y'all. But I promise y'all, next Thursday, you know, I guess we'll keep it at 7 o'clock again, just to kind of see what's going on. But, you know, see if that works out, see if I get some more viewers. And you know, but before I took my little 2-week hiatus between Hunt and Trip and this computer build, I was getting 20, 30 live viewers, and I was happy with that. It was very active, like the chat is now. And I was even contemplating doing a live 2 or 3 times a week. Not every night like George and them, but hey, if it brought people in, it kept people engaged, and with the bull market coming up, I thought about doing that. But you know, I gotta get this room together. I gotta get this computer figured out. I gotta figure out why I can't get a second monitor going. And I eventually would like to have a bigger TV either behind me, on the side, or somewhere where I can put charts up and I can monitor that kind of stuff while I'm sitting here in front of the computer. You know, I downloaded Call of Duty on it just to play around with it to see what this video card would do. But it's mainly, you know, for me doing crypto stuff, I need 2 or 3 monitors. I need to be able to see what Discord's doing at all times, because Discord is crazy all the time. I need to be able to see what the charts are doing. I need to be able to look at, you know, either my wallets or Phantom or something, or Google, just to be able to look up stuff. And to make this my whole little crypto headquarters, I need to get this experience. I need to figure out a bigger desk. My room ain't that big for bigger desk, but it's a lot of stuff that's going on that I need to figure out. So again, hit the like button for me if you don't mind. We hit an hour. If Depin wearables is coming in hot. I think who was that? Somebody did a video on Depin wearables. Oh, I mean, you're already sharing your internet with them. You know, a lot of this Depin space, a lot of this Depin stuff spits in the face of all the precautions we've been taking. I remember people 2 years ago wanting to yank out every IoT device, their air conditions and their routers and air conditioning controls and their routers and stuff, because they thought China was watching us through all stuff. And now we're downloading Grass and all these other data scraping programs, and IoT devices, and we're wearing IoT devices now, and we're just spitting in the face of all this stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Tech Hustler did something with Depin stuff. Like I said, I got a little bit of cheddar on the side. I'd like to take some of the money that y'all, for whoever bought those Wingbits devices. And look, these I sold. I don't want to lie to y'all. I want to say I sold one today, one yesterday. So I'm still Wingbits, and I say Wingbits devices. Highfix.ai sends me an email, basically says, "Hey, congratulations, someone used your code." And then I have to go to the website to see. It doesn't tell me who it was. It just tells me the time and then what was purchased, whether it was one, device, one Wingbits device, one GeoNet device, one combo device, one triple miner antenna. But my point is, they're still moving devices. So we've been going over a month now, and I'm excited for Wingbits. I'm excited for a lot of projects right now. And if they can get off their butts, and because I want to do it right, I'm not rushing them, but I think if we can get these things to TGE now, and we ramping up and just starting the gasoline for this bull market that's coming, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to do very well. We might all be on the island with our yacht, having pina coladas together. I think, not financial advice, not promising anything. But when you look at the projects we're in, Chirp's been kind of quiet, but I still have faith in Chirp. Soarchain's coming. We just got started with Grass. We got Wingbits. We got Silencio. Silencio's going to have a big airdrop. They just increased the airdrop. I did a video yesterday. If y'all not into Silencio, it's another free project that y'all can run on your phone. While I'm eating lunch today, shoving food in my face, I got Silencio running. And you're making passive income. I got it while I'm walking up and down my street. When I go walk for a little while in my 2 miles tonight, I'm going to have my Silencio running. Grabbing up hexes. They got like I said, they got an airdrop coming. If y'all not into Silencio, you want to try it out, please use my code. When you sign up, it's going to ask you for a code, SJSO395. Try it out. See what happens. You got time to still make up credit with it and be eligible for that airdrop. Soarchain, I'm being told that they keep extending the eligibility for the airdrops since they're not on TGE yet. I got a code for that device. Again, if you want to use highfix.ai for any of your GeoNet stuff or Wingbit stuff, use the code GrumpyDad56. It helps out. And like I said, I hate that I'm pandering to y'all, but it helps out the channel. I'm not making any money from these YouTube videos, despite what people think. I'm literally probably making 59 cents, 75 cents. Maybe if I get a video with 300 or 400, 500 views, I might be making like $1.50. So nobody, if y'all think I'm just putting these, when y'all see me doing all these shorts and YouTube videos, that is strictly just try to build up the channel, subscribers, to get the likes. This not just for me, but for anybody. If y'all like any of these YouTubers that y'all follow, whether it's Tech Hustler, whether, whoever it might be, liking those videos does more. Let me tell you something else I learned. And I didn't believe this, but this is what the videos say. You see like the little D-Fly bozos that want to come and downvote my stuff because they talk about it and I hear about it and I see it in the chats, but they go downvote my videos. Downvoting videos is engagement. And YouTube likes engagement. These yo-yos think that they're hurting me. They're just doing more engagement from me. So I don't care. Silencio work in the background. Yes, the only time I found Silencio stops is when you get a phone call or when somebody else, when you get a phone call or if you got to call somebody, because it's using your microphone to hear the sounds. And it's not recording your conversations or anything like that, or you munching on your sandwich. When you run Silencio, it's just telling you the dBs, like, 40 dB, 50 dB, 90 dB, 100 dB. It's just reporting back what those dBs are, sound levels are, back to their server. So But yeah, I mean, I keep mine minimized. I get people that'll text me, or I'll even sometimes check Facebook and stuff. So you can run that. Again, if you join, use my code SJSO395. But my point I'm getting at is we're ramping up. We get these passive income projects coming in, stacking those tokens, and you never know. I tell people, part of the attitude I kind of have is in a bunch of them. Yes, I'm losing my hair between work and keeping up with all these projects, and this YouTube thing is almost like a full-time job now. But you're taking all these projects, throwing them against the wall, hoping one of them sticks. You had your cousin get kicked out of Discord channel for no reason. Was that for on DScam or DFly or whatever they call this week? Now there are, I forget what they called, something stupid NFT. I guess because they kept getting called out about the fact that they're promising all these stations everywhere and they can't prove them. They couldn't ship devices or anything else. Now what they do is whenever they supposedly have a corridor that needs stations, they sell NFTs. So they've sold 100-something NFTs, if not more. It might be more than that. 48. I think it was 3 different groups of 48. And now you just buy the NFT, and they're just going to reward you for the NFT now. And it's like, if that's not a Ponzi, I don't know what is. But I try not to talk about them too much. Let me tell you something, Jonathan. I'd like to sit here and brag to you and tell you I have some inside scoop. And every now and then, they'll tell me a little secret, and they're like, "Hey, you didn't get that from me, but this," or "Hey, you found this little piece of paper on the side of the road." Lately, it's been mum's the word. If there's some kind of information that's out there and I can't really find it, and I ask them, they'll tell me. But when I ask them about TGE and I ask them about some other things now, the days of the inside scoop, and look, I'm still tight with them. Robin from Wingbits keeps asking me, wants to do an AMA. I'm ecstatic that somebody wants to do an AMA with me. That's one reason why I pushed so hard to get this computer build done. And I spent that. If my wife knew what I spent on this computer build, I would be. But and that's why I'm trying to get my little YouTube studio set up, to get it professional, to get the microphone set up and the lighting set up, because AMAs, and the fact that Robin from Wingbits wants to do an AMA with me and my channel, it's awesome. But so my point is, I'm still talking to these guys. I might not be in that Discord as much as I used to be because I'm in so many projects now. I'm trying to hit them all, but no inside scoop. If I had a Bible, I'd swear on it. Grumpy's feeling is, I know that and they have discussed this part, or this part has come up in the Discord. So this is not like a leak, but I'm thinking, or they've hinted that they might want to change tokenomics just a little bit. And look, when you go to Wingbits and you go to your rewards page or where your stations are, it says in bold yellow, it says tokenomics can still change. Grumpy is saying, don't be surprised if you see a tweak to tokenomics, because talking to them, and again, this came out in AMAs, this came out in Discord, but some of the customers that they're doing business with, they're not that worried about what's going on in the air with these aircraft. They're buying the information of what's going on the ground, or from 10,000 feet or 5,000 feet to the ground. How long is it taking for the aircraft to circle? How long is it getting stuck out on the tarmac? How long is it waiting for takeoff, for delays? How much is it? Hey, it touched down, but it's stuck at the end of the tarmac, whatever it is, and it can't go to the gate. Now it's running 10, 15, 20 minutes late. Hey, we're offloading this luggage at the gate. Apparently, reading from them, that's where a lot of this information is getting, is people want to purchase. And my point I'm getting at is, they need more antennas much closer to airports. Now, on my buddy's 400-foot tower, I can see New Orleans International Airport is about 13 or 14 miles away. And with that line of sight, I can get planes on the ground driving around the runway. But on my Baton Rouge station that's on top of a building, I can't see that. But if they would incentivize somebody to put a antenna within, say, a mile or 2 mile, again, I'm just throwing numbers out there. This didn't come from Wingbits. But if they would incentivize you that says, hey, for every aircraft or message that you get below 10,000, 5,000 feet or on the ground, you'll get a 0.5 increase multiplier or something like that. I can see something like, I can see that going through their head right now. And again, they have kind of mentioned that in their Discord. So this is nothing inside or anything like that. I know that there's a couple, again, this is in Discord, so this is no inside information. Nobody's going to tell these guys I gave inside information. This is not inside information. This is in a Discord. But there's been this talk about certain stations. There's a guy in somewhere, I say overseas, across the pond. I don't know exactly where his central station is. But what he did is he thought he was smart, and he made a central station that uploads to Wingbits. But he has little, I don't know if it's VPN tunnels or some kind of data tunnels to different areas of the country or even the next country over, where those receivers, the SDRs, will pick up the aircraft, the aircraft and the signals from different hexes, and that gets piped through internet, private network, whatever it is, to the central station. And then that one central station is what is going back to Wingbits. There's code supposedly on GitHub. This is not something he did the game. There is code, he told us in the Discord, code for that. You have other people who have one good station that have 4, 5, 6 SDRs all pumped into that one station with 5 or 6 Yagis coming out. That's 123 DBR, DB, whatever his name is, DB 1 plus 123, whatever like that. Like that station's legit. You have one station, everything at that location with Yagi antennas. The guy though who is pumping different antennas from many miles away into one station, not good. And I see there being some kind of tweak for that. And a lot of this is going to get solved with GPS dongles. And when them GPS dongles come out, I think you're going to see, a lot of people starting to complain. Not a lot. You have people who are starting to complain about the amount of their rewards going down because of the amount of stations that come online. I think with GPS dongles, you're going to watch your rewards go up significantly, because I think GPS dongles are going to stop a lot of gaming. Those GPS dongles are going to have a little device in them that's an encrypted device that matches that device it's tied to. So when you plug it in, that USB, that device has to have something plugged into it. And then you have the GPS that's going to, antenna. There's actually pictures of them on the Discord if you go look for them. My point I'm getting at with all that is, there's a part of me who's wondering if they're trying to kind of, I don't want to say stall, they're trying to wait on TGE until they can get some of those geode signers out there, because it's going to make a difference in tokenomics. If they go to TGE and that's not solved, these people who are gaming are going to have their tokens and they can't do nothing about it. Where if they shove out there, if they send out those GPS dongles, maybe that stops some of the gaming before those people get away with our Wings tokens. That's me. That is strictly grumpy. Trying to throw ideas out there. Jonathan Grove says reduce supply. What did they recently reduce? Not recently. A couple of months back, they reduced the supply. Didn't they go from 100 billion down to 10 billion? If I'm not, and I was talking too much, so I couldn't see what Dave McDrip put. But I'm pretty sure that they reduced it from 100 billion to 10 billion. And I'm gonna tell you, that was all Greek to me to a point. I mean, I knew what it meant, and I knew what the price. But you know, I think if you reduce it anymore, I think it's at 10 billion now. If you reduce it anymore, I think people are going to be pushing back, because you do have people out there only getting 2, 3, 4, 5 wings a day. And if you go reduce it anymore, say from 10 billion to 1 billion, or if it's at 1 billion, you reduce it to 100 million, you're going to start seeing them get it a half of a wing a day. And even though, I try to explain it back then. If I have a 10 billion market cap or whatever it is, circulating supply, and I have 10 wings worth 10 cents, but at a lower circulating supply, if you reduce it to 100 million, I have one wing that's worth $1. I still have $1. Whether it's 10 or 1, I still have $1. So that's why I don't get all hemmed up on this want to reduce supply type thing. I want to see the project successful. I know I've talked to Robin, and he mentioned one of my biggest things that I brought up with a lot of these other projects, Demo and WeatherXM and some of these other ones, is where's the buying pressure going to come from? And helium was a perfect example of that, where we know that when the data gets used, it burns the HNT or whatever it is, and that still creates a positive price action to a point. Robin has mentioned, when I asked him, and this was in his AMA, that I asked him distinctly that question. He said that when they start having their paying customers, that some of that income will be used to inject liquidity into their token and to burn their token. I love it. That is something that's very important to me for the health and the price action. Because I think that's, while I love the Entropy project, I've made it no secret to those guys that is my, you know what I mean? I can find negative in anything. I know I'm rambling on. We're going an hour and 20 minutes. I'm sorry. But I think that's what Entropy is missing right now, is while we have some very passionate people, they have this mechanism in place so people don't sell. You still have people selling who don't care, but there's not enough liquidity coming into it. There's not a big push to get this on CEXs or whatever they don't, or it's so behind the scenes we don't see it. I think that's what that project's missing. We can raid Twitters all day and push Entropy all over the place, but when people go and see that price action, I don't know. Now with Entropy, I'm telling y'all to be patient. If y'all are in the project, be patient. Again, this is not financial advice. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I'm telling y'all to try to hold them tokens for dear life, because it's supposed to be Entropy 1 that's coming up. I know they got things going on behind the scenes that the professor's doing. We're hearing a little chatter about it and that kind of stuff like that. And look, we could be getting lied to or whatever, or there could be some big things coming up for it. The man knows a lot of people. He's been involved in a lot of projects. Be patient. Useless Brick. I want to do a video on it. Somebody asked earlier about how to get Useless Brick. They have a Discord. Their website is Useless Brick. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah. So if you go to uselessbrick.com, I'll put that in the description. But if you go to uselessbrick.com, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to get into their Discord. So anybody who wants to join Useless Brick, again, they're not paying. They don't even have their tokenomics finished yet. But it's just another one in line. I know there's been a little bit of this. Actually, for those who are in the ERWIN, was it Erwin Schrodinger, but the ERWIN group with us with the ESP32 devices, make sure you go in there. There is a vote going on. Let's see if I can find it, so I can tell you exactly what's that. So there is a channel called Community Votes, and voting on changing, a box opener. I opened up one box. I've been involved in this project for about a month now. Opened up one box, made $85 on opening up one box. I got all excited because it was like my second day. Since then, though, I haven't opened a box. I'm making like 50, 60, 70 cents, maybe $1 a day, depending on what the price is. And so there's been some talk of, hey, reducing percentage of how much you win for opening a box, so that the people who don't open a box still get rewarded. Because let's be honest, this ESP32 device, or whether you're not using a Bit Harvest device, that's what's doing the work in opening the box. It's not like you're sitting there trying different codes and you're doing the effort. So you can't really control whether or not the ERWIN device is opening boxes or not. So it's not really fair for you to keep getting punished if you never open a box. Where if they reduce the rewards a little bit, so instead of making, say, $85, you make $65 or $60, $50. And now instead of everybody making 75 cents to $1, they make $5 every time a box is open. Well, that lures more people in, and they're trying to lure more people in. But I see I'm starting to lose some people. Hey, it's been an hour and a half. I appreciate those people who have stayed on. Again, please do me a favor and please like this. I will say I'm at almost 23 and a half, almost 24,000 subscribers. Next week, if everything kind of stays the way it is, and I hit 25,000 subscribers, I'll do a little bit of a giveaway. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Might be some ENTROPY tokens. It might be, I don't know, might be some ESP32 devices, because it was cheaper for me to order when I needed another one for my useless brick project. It was cheaper and faster for me to get 3 instead of 1. I don't need 3. I just needed 1. Might give an ESP32 device away if I hit 25,000 subscribers. I can't keep giving away money. I think when I hit 20,000, the big celebration party we did, I think I gave away almost $200 worth of crypto. Yeah, that's not happening. And if you held on to that crypto, it's probably worth more. But Jonathan, I saw you chat. If you're still on, buddy, Yagi's. Look, I'm getting 350, almost 400 miles. I'm getting 400 miles on some days on 2 or 3 of my Wingbit stations. A Yagi's not going to help that. The problem with a Yagi is my Omni, is seeing all the way around, but it might be seeing 250. The problem with a Yagi is, okay, so you might go from 250 to 300, but now you have to put 3 more Yagis out to get 360 devices. Now, if you have a building behind you or an apartment complex behind you, then yeah, you can try a Yagi. But for majority of us that need to see that in every direction, a Yagi is not really going to help. And if you know how to set up all those SDRs on one Pi or whatever device it is, then God bless you, because I don't, because it's not as easy as plug and play. I think you have to sign things in a certain, from what they're showing. You gotta do different scripts and stuff like that. But it's almost 8:30. Look, I appreciate everybody that's been here. Crypto is going crazy. The bull market's here. We're supposed to be having a rate cut coming again. I keep hearing, which I've been hearing for 6 months now, but Gary Gensler's out of the SEC soon. I think that right there is going to cause crypto to bump. I really do. It's sad that somebody losing their job would cause that, but I think Gary Gensler losing his job with the SEC, they were going after somebody else just the other day. I forget who it was. You think the dude would take a hint, but some people can't. He needs to get out. So I think that's, and then you have Thanksgiving coming up, that's going to be talked around, between politics. Crypto probably will be discussed also. So you probably should see a little bump with that. Christmas, holidays, parties, people could be asking about it. That's what a lot of these other YouTubers are saying. So I have no reason to doubt them. I always wondered sometimes when it gets close to the end of the year, beginning of the year, because of taxes and tax losses and harvesting taxes and stuff like that, sometimes you see a dip on that. You got some people this year saying they don't see that happening just because of the price action, because everybody's well into profit or something. I don't know. But it is what it is. Thank y'all. I appreciate everybody who came in. Sorry about all my problems in the beginning. We'll get it worked out. Got to figure out my internet, figure out, I got so much to figure out there. But thank you all for joining, and